Time for the Picky Eater to try something different. This time, it's exotic jerky. Welcome to the Picky Eater channel. I'm Tony and I am the Picky Eater. Yeah, a grown man who eats like a 3-year-old. That's what everybody says and it's true. I'm not going to deny it. So I know, I promised more content here on the channel and I'm really trying to do so. I've had some really important business dealings to deal with in the last couple of months and a lot of really good stuff is happening for me outside the Picky Eater world, but I am trying and I will get more content on here. That said, now being a Picky Eater, there are very few choices for food. I mean, I like meat, I like potatoes. Let's just put it this way, no onions, no tomatoes, no peppers, no mushrooms, basically no nothing that most people like. So I have to find foods that I like and then I usually eat a lot of those. Jerky is one of those things. I love jerky. Now, I like beef jerky, I like pork jerky, but there's a lot of stuff that they make jerky out of that I'm just not really sure I'll like. Fish jerky, alligator, that kind of thing, I've always been like, I don't know, man. But knowing how much I like jerky, I'm willing to try those. So luckily I found this new shop that just opened here on the Outer Banks of North Carolina. This is in no way a paid advertisement. In fact, I paid for all the stuff that I'm gonna show you today. It's wonderful. It's like heaven for somebody who likes jerky. Beef Jerky Outlet is what it's called, the Beef Jerky Outlet. I'll give you a link down in the description for it here in the Outer Banks, and I think you can also find them in other places, but they do have a website, obxjerky.com. So as soon as I saw that they opened, I was like, oh, I bet they have that exotic jerky, and I was right. So what I've got here today, let's see, I've got pork and alligator meat stick. I've got pork and kangaroo meat stick. And usually when it comes to jerky, I just like, you know, the meat. I either want strips of meat or cubes of meat or something like that. This is chopped, pressed, and formed, and I don't typically like that, but we're just gonna see how this goes. They have pork and ostrich meat stick, and they have pork and wild boar meat stick. The wild boar is barbecue, the ostrich is original, the kangaroo is original, and the alligator is Cajun flavored. But I did also get this, it's like a 3-pack of game. So this is venison, buffalo, and elk in this game 3-pack, and that's actual meat, so it's not like, you know, the chopped, pressed, and formed stuff. So we're gonna try all of those today. This place is so freaking cool, man, because if you like to try stuff, like 90% of their jerky products are available for you to try when you go in there. I know it sounds like a total commercial, but I just love the place. So you go in there and they've got these barrels that are in there, and on top of the barrels, these little rotating kind of snack cups in there, and you just rotate it around, try all the ones that you want. I mean, I tried every single one that was available to try, except for the ghost. No, maybe I did try the ghost pepper. I guess you'd remember if you did, maybe I didn't. But they've just got a ton of stuff in there, so it's pretty fantastic. If you spend a whole day in there just going in there and trying samples out. They did have something that I thought was pretty interesting, and I filmed a little video with Constance from the shop, and we'll let her tell you about that. Here we go. All right, Constance, so what are we looking at here? Show us this here.
Okay, so this is our bug section. We actually have flavored crickets and actually lollipops with scorpions and grasshoppers and mealworms in them.
Hey.
I don't like the sweet beef jerky.
Yeah.
Pretty flavorful. You can't taste it. It tastes just like the lollipop.
So you just eat those right there without any?
Absolutely. And I've been told it tastes like chips.
Like chips. Marvin. Yeah, that's always good. Oh, no, I don't know. This is more my speed. Yeah, so I'm thinking about doing a follow-up episode to this one. Maybe go to the shop and show you what it's like to go in there and sample out all the stuff. And then, you know, listen, if you want me to do it, I will try to eat some insects because that's something I'm like, I've always said that is just completely crazy. That's nuts. So why not? I mean, as a picky eater, there is some stuff though that's pretty weird that I will eat that people are like, dude, I don't even know why you'd eat that. So maybe I will like it. We'll see. So if you want me to go and try these insects out, edible insects, let me know down in the comments. And if there's another kind of jerky that you want me to see that they have there, then I'll look for that too. We'll see. Fish jerky is something I haven't tried that I might have to try. So we're gonna start off with the pork and alligator meat stick. It is chopped and formed. It is pork, alligator, salt, dextrose, spices, you know, all that stuff, garlic, onion, sodium nitrate. And as you can see, the texture on this thing is kind of, I don't know, we'll see. It's nice and greasy, which this kind of chopped, pressed, and formed stuff usually is. All right, ready? This is alligator, and this is a special flavor. Yeah, Cajun flavored alligator. It's greasy. You know, as chopped and pressed goes like that, chopped, pressed, and formed, the texture of it isn't too weird. That's usually what freaks me out. It's like you're eating just gristly stuff. I'm not getting a whole lot of Cajun flavoring in there. Now, hold on. Okay, it's got a little kick to it, so now I'm getting that Cajun in there. That's cool. You know, this is not that bad. Full disclosure, I have had fried alligator before at a Pat O'Brien's restaurant on Beale Street in Memphis. which is actually a New Orleans restaurant, and the fried alligator was pretty good. So that's not too bad. Let me get another bite. Yeah, I had 3 bites of it, and I think it's not too bad at all. And yeah, the Cajun stuff has just got a little bit of a kick, a little bit of a spice to it. Not too bad. Okay, next is Kangaroo. So take a look at the Kangaroo. It's original flavored pork and kangaroo meat snack, chopped and formed. It has pork, kangaroo, and all the other stuff that you'd expect in there. Texture on all 4 of these ones, the chopped, pressed, and formed, looks all pretty much the same. Better get a drink of water. You know, as you would expect, like if you get any kind of a chopped, pressed, and formed meat snack like this, they're all a little bit oily, a little greasy. Okay, this is Kangaroo. Original. I mean, I don't know what an original flavored kangaroo tastes like. It tastes pretty plain. Now, these ones, these game ones, are mixed with pork. So I'm getting kind of a similar taste in it. I feel like I'm sweating here. It's very hot on the Outer Banks of North Carolina right now, so you know, even the air conditioning is not helping a whole lot. That's not too bad. I don't have anything to really base what kangaroo tastes like to tell you if that's an accurate kangaroo, but it's not offensive. It doesn't have a whole lot of discernible flavor other than it tastes like, you know, jerky. You know, sometimes jerky is just kind of a straightforward, it just tastes like jerky. That's kind of what that tastes like. Not too bad. So far, I'm not like, ugh. Okay. Well, that might end though, because this next one is pork and wild boar. It has an asterisk. Let me show you the package here. Pork and wild boar meat snack. And you see the little asterisk next to boar. You look down here, it says meat from feral swine. Here we go. Pork and feral swine. Okay, that one's a little bit gamier. There's a flavor in there. It's like, I'm not so sure I like this one. Yeah, not so much on this one. You know, when somebody says something tastes gamey, it's hard to explain what that means. It's like a pungent meat. Yeah, that one not so much. I'm gonna put that one over here so I know. And I'm guessing that this one might be the same. Pork and ostrich. Again, the texture of it looks pretty much the same. You know, after a few bites of this stuff, I'm kind of like, I start to kind of get the gag reflex going because it's the chopped, pressed, and formedness of it. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, but you know, taking one for the team here because I wanted to try these different flavors. I have to see if they have any actual just dried meat because that's what I prefer. And maybe I'll retry a couple of these, but here's the ostrich. Let's try that out. The texture of that one is definitely different. That boar one was kind of hard to chew. Didn't make, okay, yeah. Not so much on this one. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, oddly enough, this tastes a little bit like pepperoni, like a chicken pepperoni or something like that. Okay, I saved the best for last. Let me get a paper towel and clean up my hands here real quick. Get some water. We'll come back and we're gonna try out the venison, buffalo, and elk. These gotta be good because this is just meat. I like that. All right, so now that I've moved on from the chopped, pressed, and formed stuff, I'm getting on to the stuff that I really, really like. This is the game 3-pack, so it's all game meats. So we've got venison, buffalo, and elk in here. And it's real meat, you know, it's just dried meat, and I like that a lot. You know, no offense to anybody that likes the chopped, pressed, and formed, but just the texture of it, I'm like, you know, the gag reflex might start kicking in a little bit there. And the prices at the Beef Jerky Outlet are actually pretty good too. This is $19.99 for this little set of 3. So let's go ahead and try this out. As far as flavors, the venison is smoked, the buffalo is smoked, and then the elk is smoked, but it's artificial cherry and maple flavored. Oh, and you might notice that I'm back in my dream kitchen. Yeah, it's not really my kitchen. This is a green screen. My real kitchen is like built in 1972. Not that I don't love it, but maybe one day. See, it's kind of, I'm trying to will it to happen. Maybe if I do this enough, I'll have that kitchen someday. Smells, doesn't, well, it kind of smells a little bit gamey. Let's go ahead and try that. Okay. Now, this may be like kind of formed or something like that, but it's not like this. Let me show you the texture differences on these. Okay, so this looks like an actual piece of meat, whereas this looks like mystery meat. Another bite. This is not bad at all. Now, where I live, people do a lot of deer hunting, so I've tried venison before. Usually the back strap is really good, especially if they cut it in little medallions and then deep fry it. Anything's good deep fried. Okay, that's pretty good. So far, the smoked venison is the best one that I've tried out of all these so far. All right, so we're gonna go with the smoked buffalo next. The texture on this looks really good. It's a nice piece of meat. Let me show you that up close. Buffalo is really, really good. Definitely so far the best one, the buffalo. Love some buffalo. You know, buffalo is I don't know how to explain it. It's just more flavorful than beef. That is really, really good. All right. Love that, man. Smoked buffalo, that's very tasty. And it's funny, again, because I've told you my picky eater propensities. I don't like onion, but it does have onion, you know, mixed in there with the spices. So, I don't know. That's really good. I'm very curious about this one, smoked elk. Says that it's artificial cherry, maple flavored smoked elk. Texture on this one's pretty much like the last two that I showed you. That's pretty good too. I'm not really getting any maple in there, which is good because I don't really love maple unless it's on a maple donut. But I do get the cherry wood in there, or the cherry syrup or cherry or whatever they're using in there. That is good. Smoked elk is very tasty. So the best ones so far, smoked buffalo and smoked elk, and I don't know. I'm going to try some more from there. You know, they had a ton that I liked, but, you know, I was looking for the exotic stuff that I'd never tried before, so I could share it with you here on the Picky Eater channel. So there we go, man. Smoked buffalo, smoked elk. Highly recommend them. And if you want to try the other ones, well, feel free to. I just don't know that I can necessarily recommend them. The venison was also good. It just wasn't nearly as good as the elk and the buffalo. In fact, I'm going to have another bite of this elk. Yeah, that's good. Nice and tender. This stuff is fresh. You know, it's like real chunks of meat rather than these chopped, pressed, and formed stuff. But like I said, I took one for the team on those because it's like the texture almost brings up the gag reflex for me, but why not, right? So if you want me to go try those edible insects, go ahead and leave a comment down in the description and we'll see. Maybe I will throw up when I try them or whatever, because that's one thing is my gag reflexes are really tough, man. If anything just nearly makes me gag, it's gonna happen. So if you want to see that happen, leave a comment down in the description. If you have another picky eater challenge, I know Scrapple is one of them. Yeah, Captain Nemo, he's like, you gotta do the Scrapple. We'll do that one. And I have it in my store here and I'm really afraid of it, but we're gonna probably try that one soon. If you have a picky eater challenge that doesn't include onions, mushrooms, tomatoes, peppers, that type of thing, the deadly sins of my picky eaterness, then maybe we'll try them out here on the channel. I want to thank you so much for your support here on the channel. If you like what you see, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I promise I will try to get as much content out there as I can. I'm going to do some stuff where we go out into the field, and I'm going to show you how it is for me to have to order at a restaurant. Everybody's like rolling their eyes and, you know, you eat like a 3-year-old. That's what I hear all the time. So I'll share a lot of that stuff. And I want to share more of my actual life here and not do it so much on the green screen. It's just I haven't done it in here for a while. So I thought we'd come in and share my dream kitchen with you. I will definitely want to go back to the beef jerky outlet. And if you're on the Outer Banks, check out the link that's down there in the description. Or if you're going to be vacationing here and you want to try out just tons of jerky, pleasant people, excellent stuff inside the store. And again, I'm not paid for this stuff. As a matter of fact, I bought all this stuff myself for the channel. So thank you so much for your support. Again, subscribe, thumbs up. We'll catch you next time on the Picky Eater channel.